Hi.
Hi.
Wow. Last episode.
I really cannot believe it.
That's so many that we've done.
Episode 30.
30.
30 episodes.
That means we've done 31 because we did a bonus episode.
Oh my god, yeah, that's true.
Wow.
Wow. All worth it,
Yeah.
though. It's been fun. I've been enjoying this journey.
I know. Can't wait for season 2.
What's up with us? Fantastic news. I have new cochlear implants.
Oh my god, guys. It only took...
Like 2 years.
It only took us recording 30 episodes for this saga to be complete.
Literally. I'm wearing them right now. They were fun. They were great.
Do you notice any difference?
No. Which are new coming in.
Were they just like, we're updating? Is it like when Apple's new iPhone and it's the same iPhone?
Yeah, well, the old ones were glitchy anyway. They kept
Okay.
turning on and off. Like, if I hit them just so, they would
turn
glitch. Yeah.
Okay, well, so then that's an improvement, right?
This is very much an improvement. And also, I noticed the Bluetooth for these new implants are really good.
Ooh,
They connect instantly. It doesn't
That's
take as
really
long.
nice.
Yeah. So that I'm really content with. And I like the color. It's all brown now and smaller.
yeah, they really blend in.
So I'm enjoying that. I like the look. It's nice and sleek and cute.
Do they make them in fun colors?
No, they only do boring colors. They do black, brown, tan, white. I think that's it.
I'm just thinking because you have a lot of jewelry on your ear already,
Yeah.
so like it'd be fun if you could color coordinate. Obviously, it's a piece of medical equipment, so it's not like fun. But
Well, what I used to do is, I think my mom found them on Etsy or something, but I used to have fun stickers I could put on my implants.
that's cute.
So I had I remember going to a football game. My mom gave me football stickers to put on,
That's so cute.
or soccer, or
Yeah.
candy ones. It's
Yeah.
easier to do hearing aid accessories because how I explain it, if you have the mold in your ear with the tube coming out, you can dangle things off the tube.
Yeah, but with this wire, would that be bad?
Well, it's right next to my processor, so I would just hear it dangling constantly.
Oh, so true.
And it would annoy the hell out of me.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the processor is right on top of the wire, so if I had something here, I would just constantly hear it rustling. Yeah, I
That
wouldn't
would
like
be
that.
annoying.
There is a company, a different company though, whose name is escaping me, but they do create cochlear implant and hearing aid jewelry that you can put on them.
Very cool.
Yeah, but it's more like ear cuffs or just any jewelry you can put on your ears that don't get in the way.
Yeah, because I imagine that would be quite annoying. That's part of the reason I don't have any ear piercings, is I have so many
Because of
sensory...
your hearing aids?
I have so many sensory issues.
Sure.
It looks so pretty to have a lot of jewelry on your ear, but I think for me, I would feel all of it all the time.
The biggest obstacle is if you have implants and hearing aids plus glasses.
Oh,
Because
God.
there's so much shit
So
on your
much
ear.
stuff on your ear.
My biggest fear is I'll need glasses.
Yeah, if I'm wearing a mask on the subway and sunglasses and
fall off.
my headphones are ear clippy ones. They clip around my ear.
Sure.
Because of my sensory issues, AirPods really hurt my ears. So they clip on the outside of my ear, and just having 3 things, I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, that's true. The mask was a lot with my implants too.
Yeah, that wouldn't have been good. Did you do the around the head one? I feel like that would be easier.
I
Back
did
in the
have
day.
those sometimes, but usually I just got the normal medical mask.
Yeah.
And I wore them, and it was for public safety, so I
Right.
sucked it up.
It just I feel like
But
it
yeah,
would
I would
mess
get
with the...
the scars behind the ear where they actually do the incision for the surgery. So sometimes it would irritate the scar.
Yeah, that's no fun.
Yeah.
Well, shout out to vaccines.
Shout out to vaccines. Really big fan of those.
I mean, COVID's still around and a big problem, but the vaccines have helped.
And you should be getting your boosters, guys.
Yeah, get your booster.
We should talk about elephant shoes.
Oh my God, we got to talk about elephant shoes.
Yeah.
You guys, we had the best time. I
Yeah.
cried, I laughed.
What is elephant shoes?
It's Deaf West's first original musical. So Deaf West famously did the really popular revival of Spring Awakening. Mm-hmm. So good, which I had the pleasure of seeing when it was still in a small space before it went to Broadway. And then they've also done American Idiot.
They did that last year, yeah. They did Pippin.
They did Pippin, which I also had the privilege of seeing. But this is their first original.
Yeah, it's not on Broadway yet.
No, they're clearly doing a soft test. So they were performing at Two River Theater in New Jersey, which was a great theater. I would love to go back there.
Yeah.
Beautiful, super intimate.
Yeah, it was beautiful. Daniel Durant was the lead. It was in ASL and English, and it had really cool, innovative, dynamic captions.
Yeah.
And apparently this is, I believe, is the most expensive production True River Theater has ever done. And you can tell they put so much work and thought into it.
Yeah, and the set design was also beautiful.
Amazing.
It was so interesting. I also just, like, I was a little bit nervous about, like, a rom-com musical, and I feel like they struck a really nice balance of, like, I was actually laughing. There were some corny things. Every musical is going to be a little corny.
Yeah.
Even the corny stuff I enjoyed, and I was crying a lot. Like, really great actual emotional scenes in it. Also, the guy that played the hot guy, so hot.
He's so hot.
He was in Evita on the West End. Because
Good for
I
him.
texted Milena to be like, that guy was so hot. He was saying hi to people after the show. I couldn't even go up to him because he was so beautiful in person.
I know.
And she looked him up on Instagram and she was like, oh, yeah, he played the really hot husband in Evita with
Wow.
Rachel Zegler.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's a great love triangle story. Very fresh, very new take.
Some of the songs really banged.
Yeah, I like some of the songs. I love the set design. I love the captions. And I love the acting and the signing. Yeah, 10 out of 10.
Yeah, I think one thing that, and it's not Deaf West's fault at all, it's like just a misconception, but I feel like whenever I tell people about Deaf West shows, they're like, well, I don't know sign language. And I'm like, no, that's what's beautiful is you don't need to know sign language.
You don't.
They had all of the signing was either they worked an interpreter plot line into the plot. Mm-hmm. So there were interpreters on stage who were characters actively in the show.
Yes.
And so all the signing was either interpreted or captioned or like really contextual, made complete sense.
Yes, exactly.
And then all of the speaking conversations were live captioned.
Yes.
Like above their heads and dynamic captions, which was really cool.
So cool. I loved it. Yeah.
There was a lot of texting. There was a lot of like texting communication happening.
Yeah, and they would show like the texting on the screen.
On the screen, yeah.
Which is helpful. Yeah, I was talking to a deaf friend of mine after, and this is after you already left, but he was like, I loved it. My one complaint is that I wish they had captions the full time.
Right. For people who don't sign.
For people who don't sign, but he was like, I also just wanted to see how they would translate the ASL to English. Mm-hmm. And I wanted to see that, and I wanted the captions on the stage the whole time. Yeah.
Do you agree with that?
I think I do.
Okay.
But I also just really liked how creative the use of the captions was. Like, it was on, like, a billboard setting. And then they also had, like, these see-through screens where captions would come up.
The screen was really cool.
Yeah, it was kind of, like, projected, but it didn't look like it was projected.
Yes, it looked like the words were floating in air, kind of above their heads. And I think that I think there was a question about this in the talkback. Like, that is such an innovative piece of tech. Why can't we have that?
I think the point was, I think this is the first time they've done this.
Yes, but, like, the point I'm making is looking at, I'm really hoping this makes a Broadway transfer and it opens up a conversation of people saying, hey, I would love to know what the fuck they're saying. Because, like, okay, for instance, a lot of shows, I've seen Lost Boys now twice, and I had a better time the second time hearing the actual lyrics in the songs. Mm-hmm. But this has been a consistent complaint of mine, is that, especially if you're sitting in a poorly sound-balanced area in the theater, you just, if the show doesn't have a cast recording out, when you're hearing those songs for the first time, I'm missing whole chunks of story.
Yeah, for sure.
It would be really cool to have captions on a screen like that, even if it's just like at the very top of the theater.
Like they do an opera,
yes.
Like I've been saying.
Yes. And also a lot of people who are able to afford to go consistently to the theater are older and tend to wear hearing aids or have some hearing loss. I mean, when we were at that show, I would say 2/3 of the audience, it was a Saturday matinee, I would say 2/3 of the audience were over the age of 60.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's who can afford to and has the time to support theater. And so I'm sure for those people, a lot of them stayed for the talkback and didn't know any sign language.
Yes.
And there were comments from them just about like how wonderfully accessible it was.
Yeah, for these random hearing people who've never seen it before. They loved it.
Curb cut effect.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Should we do it? Should we do a very last episode?
Whew, let's get to it.
Woo! Season 1, Episode 30, Street Noises Invade the House. October 22nd, 2012 is when it aired.
True to form, I did not look up the painting.
Yeah. It's a 1911 painting. Different title, though. It's called The Street Enters the House.
Oh.
Which is confusing. By Umberto, I'm sorry guys, Baccioni?
That feels right.
Yeah. It's a futurist style painting, and it shows a woman on a balcony. She's in front of a busy street with the sounds of activity below. I guess being portrayed as a bunch of shapes and colors. Futurist paintings kind of like Picasso. It's just like very triangle shaped and bright colors.
It's not really my vibe.
It was fine. I think it's called that because there were major disruptions in the family.
Sure.
Street noises invade the house.
And they are invading.
Yeah.
We open on Daphne looking lovingly at her birth control packet. This was a real throwback for me. I haven't seen one of those in years.
It looks like a commercial for birth control.
But it's just to tell us that she and Chef Jeff did in fact have sex.
A crime was committed.
A crime was committed. And she's laughing. She's going, ha. She's getting a text from, Regina walks in and is like, they want us back in court. And she's like, okay. Her birth control in a bag, in a CVS bag, out on her desk or whatever. She looks down at her phone. She has a text from Chef Jeff. She goes, ha. She throws her head back and laughs. And Regina's like, okay. And then she says something else to her. I don't know. Regina's trying to carry on a conversation with Daphne. And Daphne's just half looking at her, half looking at her phone, laughing, not being subtle at all. And Regina's like, what's up? And she's like, it's just somebody from work. If you're a mother,
ask questions.
Her reaction to that is, God, you really love that job, don't you?
It's not the job, honey.
If in the last episode you were told by your daughter that she has a crush on her boss and that she was upset that her boss was sleeping with Melody and that it was like a whole thing.
I know.
Would you not connect the dots and say, she's looking at her phone and giggling a lot. Must be a boy or something. And then Daphne confirms it's, quote, someone at work. Jesus Christ.
Ask one more question. That's all you had to do.
That's all you had to do. But she chooses not to. Also, this is a Halloween episode to end the season for some reason.
Yeah.
Have we forgotten that the girl's birthday is in October?
Skipped right over that.
We just didn't do their 17th birthday? It must be October 30th because Regina asks Daphne if she's going to have to work tomorrow night. Like,
is tomorrow
I can't
night
believe they're making you work tomorrow night. And Daphne says, yes, we're doing a whole thing with pumpkins and the waiters are dressing up.
Oh.
So it must be Halloween or like Halloween weekend. In which case, it's their fucking birthday.
So I guess canonically they should be 17.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's why Daphne's not stressed. She said, I actually just turned 17, age of consent. It's no longer a crime.
Oh, that's so true. Well, they didn't explicitly say that to us, so...
No, they didn't, but I'm trying to
justify
it happened off screen. I'm trying to fill in some gaps here, because what do you mean they skipped their birthday, but they went out of their way to say it's Halloween? They could have just not done that.
I know. I don't know.
Okay. So, yeah, Bae is with Zara.
Yeah, she's in the trailer. Bae, true to her mom's form, is also decorating for Halloween.
Yeah.
Which I thought was sweet. Like,
that's
mother
the
like daughter.
Catherine Kennish in her.
Yeah. She's in the Halloween spirit. She's carving a pumpkin outside the trailer. Zara gets a call from her dad, and she's like, Bae, guess where he is? He's in Mexico. I want to go see him.
Yeah.
He's also an artist, like Zara is. Remember, he's the one that kind of just up and left her.
Yeah, who she should hate, but she maybe really admires.
Very odd.
And Bae's like, okay, you're going to pay me back first, though, right?
And Zara's like, yeah.
And Zara's like, duh, of course, obviously.
At the same time, Bae is getting call after call from Catherine, and she is ignoring it.
Yes, but she finally picks up because Zara's like, she's going to send the cops after you. And Catherine is being so nice and gentle. And then John is in the background like, tell me where she is. And Catherine's like, hi, sweetie.
Hi, come home.
I am more on John's side. I think Catherine using kid gloves is not working. They're coddling her.
They are. Like, come on. It's time to go.
Yeah.
Get your ass home. We're amazed.
Guess who's here? The owner. HR, basically. HR finally showed up.
She introduces herself to Daphne. Daphne's coming in for a shift to make pumpkin food. Michelle shakes her hand and says hi. I have some questions about you and your relationship with Chef Jeff.
She's not subtle about it. She
No.
does not beat around the bush. She says, I'm here because someone said you guys are dating.
Yeah. Also, again, we all know her age because the show forgot her
birthday.
17th birthday.
Yeah.
But I was like, her mom should be in this room. I feel like she's being interrogated.
Yeah, and so they're in like a back room, and Daphne keeps being like, I should really wait for an interpreter because I don't really understand you, which I think is a good strategy on her end.
Yeah, great strategy.
But the woman's like, no, you're not in trouble.
Yeah, the owner, Michelle, is like, you didn't do anything wrong, sweetie. Pretty much insinuating that Chef Jeff sexually harassed her.
Right, and she does finally use the word we've been begging people to use this whole season. Victim. She says, it's not your fault if you were a victim.
Also, abuse of power.
Abuse of power. Thank God. Finally, someone's fucking saying it. Unfortunately, the way she's going about it is not great.
Also, as a child, I would be terrified if someone was saying, it's okay, maybe you use sexual favors to get a promotion, but it's okay, it's not your fault.
She's also implying that, Daphne was promoted too fast, which is fucked up because Daphne was hired... But also, she was hired much higher, and then Jeff demoted her, and then just re-promoted her. So I am confused. Like, wouldn't the owner know that? Wouldn't she see that in the record? She wasn't hired to wash dishes. She was hired to cook.
I also think it's just obvious in the workplace anyway from probably other...
Right, obviously. And
co-workers.
So Daphne... This was smart of her to do. It's fucked up. But she's like, well, Scuba was fired on the same day that I rejected him. And I think he took that a little personally and maybe spread some rumors.
Great point.
Great strategy, Daphne. But it's too late. It's like very obvious. They've made it very obvious that something's happening. Yeah. And I think this woman is failing to consider that Daphne is panicked for her boyfriend, not for herself.
Yes.
Obviously. So that's tough. Back at Zara's trailer, Bae is like, I'm going to try to emancipate myself. And Zara's like, damn, where I come from, people just run away, girl. But like, okay, you do you. Bae, it takes so long to go through the court system, and you canonically just turned 17, even though nobody's talking about it. Just wait it out. Just wait it out. It's one more year. Give it a rest.
I know.
I like that Zara's trailer was super cute. Zara's abandoned trailer in the abandoned trailer park.
This doesn't look abandoned. This looks like a beautiful camper. She's turned this house into a home.
Exactly.
But not for long because there's some banging outside and it's Smack and his gang of artists.
Yeah, I don't typically assume that even street artists are going to be violent people. But these guys have baseball bats and scary Halloween masks on.
They look like they're going to murder Zara.
And Zara... I think rightfully, Bae freaks out. Zara does grab a big-ass pumpkin carving knife.
Yes.
And Bae eyes it like, oh my god, what are you going to do with that? I think this situation, it is actually appropriate to have a knife.
They have a baseball bat and they are going to break in.
Yeah. Like...
I'm grabbing a weapon.
Yeah. And Bae tries to call the police. Zara says, no, they'll just arrest all of us again.
All right.
I feel that that's probably still better than whatever Smack and his gang plan to do to you. But Bae clearly instead shoots Toby a text. Conveniently, Smack and his gang do not hit the one trailer in the whole trailer park that looks lived in and beautiful and like it actively has people going in and out of it.
Yes.
They just hit all of the really empty ones. Leave that one alone. Maybe they think that someone real actually lives there that's not Zara, and so they don't want to bother them. Who knows? But they're skulking around.
Yeah, they're kicking the doors down.
Yeah. And so Toby shows up.
He does.
And says, hey, Bae, got your text. No urgency at all in his voice. Bae's like, okay, great. We got to go right now. Grabs him. They start running. Sprinting towards Toby's nice ass car.
BMW.
The second it is shining in the trailer park sun. The second they get out there, Smack and his gang see them, start running towards them. Toby's still confused. He's not going fast enough. These people take fucking forever to get inside this car.
I cannot believe it. Just get in.
Also, I don't know. This is maybe just me and would never be true in a show. But like, if a man was chasing me with a baseball bat and I got in my car, I would be backing into him.
I was also thinking that.
I would not be driving away. Or if I did drive away, I'd go, turn around, hit him from the front on. That's a threat.
Yeah.
And
all over some street art, Kansas City artists killing each other.
Who knew? Yeah, they make it out. They drive away. They go show up at the Kenish house.
They do.
They
Yes.
bring Zara to the Kenish house. She says, hey, guys. John is like, get the fuck inside so I can yell at you. Why is this girl here?
Yeah, and
Zara's like, parents love me. Her and Toby go hang out in the art studio while John and Bay have it out. And Catherine is also there, not really contributing much.
yeah, just being like, hi, honey, glad you're home. And John is like, what the fuck?
Yeah. I really like Toby and Zara's dynamic. I like Zara being like, you don't have any beef with me. And Toby's like, well, I'm protective of my little sister. He's like, I have nothing against you, but it seems like she's in some bad situations and you're also in those situations.
Oh, so we almost got killed.
Yeah. Also, he said, I think he's like, I'm suspicious of anybody who is hanging out in a trailer park with a gang of guys trying to kill them. I think that's weird.
Fair enough.
Toby says, she's my little sister. I don't want anything bad to happen to her. And Zara says, well, obviously I don't want anything bad to happen to her either. And Toby doesn't say anything, but you can see him clocking. Like, Zara just is someone who makes really bad choices.
Yes.
And is going to put herself in unsafe situations and bring Bay with her.
Yes,
clearly.
correct.
So, but I really like their dynamic. I like when Toby is a big brother.
It's
and
sweet.
Protective. It is sweet in the rare moments that he steps up like that.
I think what I needed Bay to do was to explain to John Catherine that Zara is about to get murdered if she doesn't stay here.
Yeah, I think they need the full context, but Bay doesn't want to give that because Bay is also in her big, I'm going to keep doing street art and it's not dangerous and it's not bad. And it's like, the way you're doing it, it actually is really bad. I'm sure there are ways to do it that aren't dangerous or bad, and even ways to do it that aren't illegal. But that's like part of it for her. So it's going to be a big thing this whole episode, and I just can't. I had to like mentally swap it out.
I can't empathize.
Right now I'm kind of pretending that she's gay.
Sure.
Genuinely. And like that's the drama. Because I just cannot empathize with a fresh 17-year-old being like, I'm going to emancipate myself because my parents won't let me do illegal street art that's getting my friends beat up and making me rob my parents.
I don't know.
So I'm just like, it's just that they really hate Zara because they think that Bay is gay.
And also because she's involved in crime.
No, but it's just to me in my
to
heart.
You,
That's
sure.
what I'm making it so that I can side with her at least a little.
Okay, fair. But Bay's like, okay, I'm home, whatever. Can Zara stay with us? And John and Catherine are like, no.
Yeah. But then Regina walks in and Bay's like, great, can Zara stay with you? And John's like, no, that's my house too. And she cannot stay there. And Catherine's like, Catherine gets pissed. And
Yeah.
Regina...
I think Regina rightfully is like, I don't know what is going on.
Yeah, Regina takes the path of least resistance. But Bay follows her outside as she leaves. And she's like, my parents are always fighting to be parents to Daphne. And you don't even want to parent me a little bit. Which is true. But I think if Regina was parenting, she would also be like, no, you can't fucking hang out with Zara.
Yes, I also think she'd say that.
So while this is all going down, back at Maze.
Oh, wait, I also just wanted to say, since Zara can't stay with them, she is going to stay with 8-Ball.
Yeah, Bay goes back in and is like, you can't stay here. And Zara's like, I figured from all the yelling and drama, so I'm going to stay with another friend. It's fine.
Great.
And then back at Maze.
Back in Maze.
Daphne and Chef Jeff are having a conversation privately in the freezer. I feel that the rumors would be less intense if they stopped having private conversations in the freezer.
They're just talking in the freezer all day.
I would be so pissed if this was my job environment. This was happening at my high-stress kitchen job.
Chef Jeff is, I feel like I'm in trouble. Did Melody report us? My friend Ariel, shout out to Ariel, pointed out to me that Melody is a mandated reporter. So legally she does have to report Daphne. And she should have in the last episode.
Yeah. No one in this show is really making the best decisions around this, though. So I don't know if I believe she did that.
Yeah. But anyways, she should have.
She should have. Good point.
Yeah. But he's
freaking out.
pissy.
He's being pissy. He's blaming her. Who's surprised? Who's surprised that this is the man-child's reaction? He's like, I can't believe you said something clearly. Like, you don't understand. This is my life. This is my career. I bet they were really nice to you in your interrogation. But to me, they were like, you won't even be flipping burgers at White Castle after this.
And Daphne's trying to talk him down. But she's clearly scared.
Yeah, she's scared and she's like...
She looks really small, too.
Yeah, her fucking side ponytail.
I know.
God. And then back at the house...
Angelo comes
Angelo's back, yeah.
Angelo's back. He comes back from a run. He sees Regina and Adriana get in the car. Apparently, Regina has not been working at Geraldo's.
Yes, that was confirmed for us.
That was confirmed. Because of her tendonitis, she has not been cutting hair. So she says, I'm going to go out and run an errand. And that errand is, I'm going to an employment agency to look for a job that doesn't involve cutting hair. And Angela was like, don't worry, I'll support you with my unstable carpentry job. And Adriana's like, yeah, right.
Well, isn't the implication like I'm about to win a bunch of money from this lawsuit?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
He's
yeah,
like,
Adriana continues to be Angela's number one hater, and I do love her commitment.
I do love that.
She does not let him slip at all.
No.
Okay, is this one? I think I stopped taking notes
Emmett,
after this. Okay, thank you.
Emmett is in the guest house. I think Daphne has texted him. She's panicking.
Yeah, Emmett's like the only one that fully knows the Chef Jeff dating situation, like all the context, which
That's
I
true.
do like that they're clearly back to being besties.
Yeah, me too.
That Daphne's sharing that with him.
Yeah,
That
Emmett
makes me
plays
happy.
quite a big role in this episode.
He does, and he looks very cute.
He does look
They're
very cute.
so good at making him look cute when he's not Bae's boyfriend.
Yeah,
It pisses me off. He's looking so handsome.
I know. Emmett goes to see Daphne, and he's like, you look panicked about this Chef Jeff thing. What's up? And she's like, well, Chef Jeff hasn't been texting me. He's mad at me. I'm so scared. And the owner keeps saying he's in a position of power and that he's in the wrong, but he didn't do anything wrong. I pushed him to do it.
He says something like, well, you didn't force him to date you. And she said, but I pushed it.
You were 16, honey.
It's like, it makes me so upset.
It's so sad. It's just sad.
Emmett's like trying his best to be like, it's fine. Fuck this guy. Maybe it's for the best that he gets fired. And he says, because then if you didn't work together, it wouldn't be as big of a problem. Or I think he says there wouldn't be a problem at all. No one's fucking talking about the age. I don't understand why it's not a bigger factor. If he's old enough to fuck your mom, Emmett, he's too old to fuck Daphne. Come on.
It's so upsetting.
But she's like, oh my God, you're right. If we don't work together, then it's no big deal.
Yeah, huge
I
light
gotta
bulb.
go. Huge light bulb. She leaves. We don't see it, but she fucking quits her job. She goes and she quits her job.
Yeah. Emmett walks outside the guest house and he sees Bae packing her car
Yeah.
with paint materials. He's like, whoa, nice car. You painted that? Okay, cool. Sees her filling the car with spray paint and he goes, are you going somewhere? Also, Daphne returned the camera that you borrowed a couple weeks ago. It looks like you're doing some really dangerous stuff. I saw your friends whip out a knife and there was a fight. Like, what are you doing?
Love that Bae didn't fucking try to delete those photos.
Look, that's really funny to me.
Definitely wipe the camera before you give it back, guys. At least download and delete the work that you took on someone else's camera before you
Really?
give it back.
Please. But Emma goes, yeah, what you're doing seems dangerous and I'm worried. Bae goes, well, it's now your job to worry about me. And she drives off.
She's pushing everyone away. Also, she did not put her seatbelt on before she backed out.
It doesn't look like the car has seatbelts.
It definitely does.
It should.
There's no way that they're showing, ABC Family is showing a car without seatbelts, but Bae does not use hers, I guess.
I know Zara didn't either, Leia, but that's Zara.
Maybe they're lap belts. Maybe the car is old enough that it's just a lap belt. But
I feel like
feels not road
that's not
safe.
safe.
Yeah.
Wear
Well,
your seatbelt, guys.
wear your fucking seatbelt.
Get your vaccine and wear your seatbelts.
Speaking of things that are unsafe,
Oh, God.
Daphne's in the courthouse bathroom, gets a text from Chef Jeff being like, you quit your job? Stupid. You just made everything worse.
Yeah.
She starts crying. Regina walks in and Daphne's like, no, I'm fine. Nothing's wrong. And Regina's like, you're not telling me something. Duh, girl. Come on. Daphne lets it slip so casually that they're hooking up because she says, I quit my job at the restaurant. She says it in a way that leaves it open-ended on whether she quit or she was fired. And Regina's like, oh my God, what happened? Like, let me help you. And Daphne's like, no, I chose to do it. Mm-hmm. Because now Jeff and I can be together. What? Daphne just like assumes that Regina knew.
Or like would be cool with it.
Would be cool. She sells her so casually.
Can you imagine being in that courthouse bathroom in the stall?
Trying to pee and being like, oh no.
No, I can't get out. I also want to listen.
Right. Nightmare.
I know. But Regina is immediately appalled. And she's like, Chef Jeff, that is an extremely inappropriate relationship. Again, not saying the word crime.
No, it's so weird the way they're phrasing it. And then Daphne says, I thought you would be supportive. And Regina goes, why the hell would you think that? And Daphne says, you're not exactly a role model for choosing great men. Ooh. Okay, so in that is an admission that you know that this is a bad choice.
Correct.
Like, she's saying, I think my mom will be supportive because my mom has also been stupid about men, so it's fine that I'm stupid about men. That's crazy. Crazy take, girl. Yeah. But Regina's response to this is to say, you think that I would be supportive of you giving up everything you've earned for a man? She says, that must be Catherine talking, because that is not me.
What the fuck did Catherine do to you?
Catherine catching strays. What the fuck? First of all, Catherine hasn't given up anything. She married up.
She, in fact, is...
She married a hot baseball player. She's super rich. She's an best-selling book.
Yeah, she's fine.
She's doing actually great, Regina. Why would you throw her under the bus? And Daphne is very hurt by this sentence as well.
I was like, what the fuck?
That was really rude.
That was so mean. And also she's like, you will be going back to this restaurant and begging for your job and dumping Chef Jeff.
Daphne's not going to do any of those things.
No.
And then Daphne exits the bathroom, immediately sees John and Catherine.
No, Adriana interrupts, goes into the bathroom and is like, hi guys, courtroom time.
So Daphne leaves, goes and sees John and Catherine immediately, no longer in tears, and is like, do you guys need anything? I love you so much. Turns around, is so nice to them.
Well, John and Catherine are stressed because Bay isn't there.
John and Catherine are stressed. Bay is missing still.
Yeah. Because Catherine's about to take the stand, remember? She got called to testify.
So it's really fucked up that Bay has skipped out on this day. Catherine is saying, today of all days, I can't believe she's not going to be here for me.
Yeah. Catherine takes the stand.
God.
The defendant's lawyer is asking her about all the things she's done wrong, basically, like her lending money to Britzia. And he was like, was that hush money? And she goes, no, I literally just wanted to help her. Because she was going to testify and then she lost her job.
Yeah, I know we're biased, but like, Catherine looks and sounds like an angel on that stand.
Right. The lawyer whips out her book and says, you said you feel blessed, that you were given more than you have ever wanted. And why are you suing for damages if everything's okay and you're great?
She's so fucked.
Yeah, and Catherine's like, obviously, I'm devastated. I missed 16 years of my daughter's life.
Yeah, she delivers this beautiful monologue. It did make me sob.
Yeah.
It was so nice. Just about all of the things she missed, that she couldn't be there for Daphne all the time she was hurting.
Yeah, but then she was like, I would never do a do-over, though, because that would mean not knowing Bay.
Yeah, because the lawyer's follow-up question is like, so you regret it? So you wish the switch never happened? So if you could go back, you would change it? Fuck this guy. This guy is so evil. And she's like, obviously not. Like, I'm not going to say that. Even though Bay wasn't there, so she could have said it and it wouldn't have hurt anyone. But she doesn't say it. And so then they leave being like, well, now we've said we refuse to condemn the fact that the switch happened. It shouldn't matter. Yeah.
It's still emotional. I assume what they're suing the hospital for is emotional damages.
Yeah.
It's still emotional damages, even if you love both of them.
Great.
That's great. They're still switched.
And also fuck the judge. I feel like the judge keeps being like, sustained. He's not listening to any of the objections, even though they're valid. So, hate him. They're outside and they're all commiserating because they think maybe it went bad after she refuses to condemn her other daughter. And then Emmett shows up.
This was so wild. Like, the light is streaming through the courthouse window like he's an angel.
Yeah, he shows up. John immediately... I forgot that John has beef with Emmett, but, like, John has serious beef with Emmett.
Why does he have beef with Emmett?
Because he's, like, a dad, and he knows that he hurt his daughter. He doesn't really know the details, but he's like, what, this guy again? Why is he here?
And then Emmett goes, I know where Bay is. I saw her loading up the car and going somewhere. And John now decides... We've been looking for Bay all day, but now I'm going to whip out the tracker app on my phone.
Yeah, that would have been my first step. Sorry, I love to track people.
Yeah. I have Find My Friends, don't worry.
I have Find My Friends.
Oh, she's in Oklahoma. Okay. And then Toby's like, well, I do remember Zara saying her dad's in Mexico and that they wanted to go. And John is like, all right, time to go and find them. And Emmett's like, I'll go with you. Road trip.
To such a random duo, but okay. So the odd couple's going on a road trip. Bay and Zara are in the car. They're on their way to Mexico.
John and Emmett are following. All of a sudden, now she's in San Antonio. That is like 6 hours away.
They're speeding.
From the south of Oklahoma to San Antonio, Texas, which is only a few hours from the border. That's like 6 hours.
They're speeding, I guess. They're not driving responsibly. And that's when Bae is like, starts to get hit with nerves. They're a couple hours from the border. She's like,
they're talking about what they're going to do, the cities they're going to see.
Guacamole with every meal.
Yeah.
And Zara says margaritas with every meal. And they're hooting and hollering.
And Zara's like, well, I want to go to this city and this city, and I want to see Cuba. And Bae is like, oh, that's actually a really long time away from home.
Yeah, she's realizing some things. And then Zara's like, are you okay? And Bae says, I just didn't say goodbye to Daphne and I feel bad. Which was really sweet, I thought.
First person she thought of.
Yeah, they're sisters.
I know.
So Emmett's driving, well, John's driving, Emmett's riding, and they are actually communicating. John's reception is getting better.
Yeah.
In this episode.
John's just like, I don't know what to do with Bae. Hey, Emmett, you had a bad time last year with your parents getting divorced. Like, how did you deal with it?
Yeah, and Emmett makes John pull over.
Yeah.
So he can explain.
Well, also so he can look and not drive.
But I was like, it was so funny because they're like, oh my God, she's in San Antonio. We got to speed. And then Emmett's like, pull over. We need to talk. It's like, okay.
All right. So they pull over and then Emmett signs. And the way, this is so funny. He's signing and then John is so sincerely repeating back what he's saying.
Yeah, just to confirm to the audience that he understands because John's not the best signer.
Yeah. Because Emmett signs like, last year my parents were in the world. And John goes, last year my parents were in the world. Smashing things?
But it's incredibly effective in this moment because it's a very emotional monologue from Emmett. And it really helps John to understand a little bit more why Bae's acting the way she is. So Emmett's basically like, I was fucking up and making a lot of noise to force my parents to hear me.
And also ask how I was doing.
Yeah, and to check on me because they were in their own world.
Yes.
And John is realizing, okay, we've kind of also been in our own world and maybe Bae is crying for help here.
Yes. And they're going to continue crying for help because they're at the rest stop now somewhere in Texas.
Yeah, they went to a shitty restaurant because they exit and Bae says the pork rinds from the vending machine at the last rest stop would have been better than what we just ate. And to make matters worse, someone broke into the car.
Yeah, they just got burglarized.
Although, I just want to point out, it's an open air vehicle. I always wonder about this with open air vehicles. They have packed all their stuff in the open air truck bed, basically, of the car.
Yes.
So it's like, yeah, things are going to get stolen. Bae leaves her passport and all of the money in the sleeping bag.
Gone.
Obviously gone.
Gone.
This is stupid of them. And Zara thinks so too. Zara didn't realize that all of the valuables were still in the car.
Yeah.
But Bae, it just like emphasizes how much Bae doesn't know about the world, basically.
No. And she's like, well, how much further is your dad from here? And Zara is like, well,
I don't really know where he lives.
Like, we emailed once, but I'm just like waiting for him to call. And I'll get him on a payphone. And Bae's like, so you don't even know where we're going? And Zara's like, no. I have an idea of where we're going.
She has no idea where they're going.
Also, we can smuggle across the border. It's fine. You're going to smuggle across the border in this very colorful car.
Okay, so back at Mae's, things are going about as bad for Daphne.
Chef Jeff confronts Daphne at the restaurant and he goes, why the hell did you quit? It looks like we're guilty and like we lied.
And she's like, but it doesn't matter because now we can be together.
And then he goes...
And Jeff goes...
Oh, honey.
Oh, honey.
Oof.
So brutal.
Painful.
Okay, also, his reaction to that, he told her he, quote, loved so many things about her.
Yes.
1 episode ago.
It feels like he had a full 180 from last episode to this.
Yeah, there's no scenes of them being, like, any lovey-dovey after they slept together. So it must be, I mean... From Chef Jeff's perspective, you sleep with a teenager and then immediately the owner of the restaurant shows up to be like, are you sleeping with the teenager? He's just like completely shut off.
Yes.
The consequences of his actions arrived immediately and it made him flip.
Barely.
And then Daphne goes ahead and says, I'm in love with you.
And then he goes, one day you're going to find someone so much better than me.
And she's
sobbing.
She's sobbing and then she closes her eyes and goes, if I close my eyes, I can imagine you're saying anything I want to hear.
That was so cringe, I'm sorry.
It was so cringe and also like, did they want us to be like, aw? I still don't really know what the showrunners wanted us to experience and feel about this relationship. Because so much of it is written as if they were hoping that we'd be rooting for Daphne to be with this man.
Right.
Anyway. Oh, and then he says, she says, I'm in love with you. And he says, you were like this gift I didn't expect. What? And then he's like, okay, bye. So she leaves.
She's weeping.
Yeah, it's not great. And then back in San Antonio, I guess, is still where they are, because they haven't made it across the border.
Somewhere near the border. Bay and Zara are sleeping in the car, hood down. This is so dangerous.
I don't think there's a top.
I guess not.
There's not a top to the car.
In Kansas City?
Yeah, dude. It's not a reasonable car.
Okay.
So they're, sleeping in the open air in the car. Two figures approach from behind.
And they're like, think, I have a weapon.
This is smack. Yeah, Zara stands up. She says, I have a weapon. And then, thank God, you hear John's reassuring voice from the darkness say, God, I hope that's not true.
Thank goodness. He's like, found you. Bae, you and I, let's go talk. And he goes, hey, honey, what you doing? I love this.
This is a great approach. I think he's finally locked in parenting-wise.
This is awesome. He goes, honey, what's going on? And she goes, we're going to go to Mexico. And he's like, okay.
Oh, okay.
And she goes, well, but I have no money and no passport. And he goes, that's going to be hard.
Yeah.
Is that rational, honey? That could be. He goes, that could be a problem.
Yeah. And she says, I'm going to keep doing street art. I can't stop doing it. It's a part of me. I don't know who I'd be without it. And he says, that's how I feel about you.
All right.
I thought that was sweet.
It's
that
sweet.
Got me.
I think it's the street art part that rolled my eyes
at. For sure.
Yeah. But
again, like, mind you, I've switched it. So now it's Bae saying, I'm gay.
Right. And he's saying, I love my daughter so much.
And he's saying, I love you, I love you, I love you. It doesn't matter. And that's beautiful.
You're right. Back at the Kentish property, Regina is also worried about Bae.
Yeah. John says, let's go home. Your mom is worried sick. And then he pauses and he says, both of your moms are worried sick. So I guess we're led to believe that Regina has learned about this off screen because no one's really been filling her in. But we cut to Regina in the guest house. She's freaking out.
Yes. She's talking to Angelo about it.
She's talking to Angelo and she's like, God, it's first this and then the Daphne thing. And Angelo's like, what Daphne thing? And Regina's like, well, Daphne's dating her boss.
And then Angelo, finally.
Immediately. How old is he?
Asked the right question. And Regina goes, I don't know, 27, 28?
I'm 27. There's no way that full-grown man is 27 years old.
No. And Angelo, again, first person to say this, goes, what kind of grown man dates a 16-year-old?
Yeah, he gets up and leaves immediately. And God, Angelo looks sexy in this scene.
He goes, I just need to talk.
I'm just going to go talk. I'm just going to go
talk.
Finally, fucking someone is saying something.
Thank God. Regina runs straight to the Kentish kitchen to look for Catherine. Catherine's like, hey, good news. John and Emmett are bringing Bae home. They're on the way. And Regina's like, so cool. I need your car because Angelo's about to go kill a man.
And Catherine is along for the ride.
She's like, first of all, what is happening to our children? The theme of this whole episode.
I know.
Daphne at the Maze parking lot is staying in a
weeping
alone. I get it.
Angelo pulls up. I fully thought for a minute, and I think it would have been funny had it taken place like this. Angelo pulls in, like, rips into the parking lot.
Yeah.
Daphne's in her car, crying, window down. Obviously, she can't fucking hear Angelo's tires screeching in. I think it would have been hilarious to just keep on Daphne the whole time.
As he's killing.
As he's, like, in the restaurant, we hear the commotion, and then he's exiting the restaurant and going, like, Daphne, are you okay? Because he, instead of going straight in, he sees Daphne in her car. He goes in, he puts his hand on on her shoulder through the window, which would have really fucking spooked me personally.
Fair.
And he's like, what's up? And Daphne's like, how did you even know about that?
He goes, what happened to you? What did he do to you?
Yeah. Daphne's response is, how do you even know about that?
Yeah.
So he flips around, goes straight into the kitchen. Daphne follows him inside. He enters the restaurant. He says, where is the kitchen? Where is the chef Jeff? Grabs two other men in the kitchen. Like, are you the man? Jeff comes out. He says, what the hell is going on? And Angelo says, well, and first he says, I'm Daphne's father. Awesome.
Really
in this
cool.
moment, awesome. And then he punches Jeff in the face. He falls to the floor. He goes, don't you ever touch my daughter again.
This is so sexy.
It was pretty sexy. It was also just like so annoying that he's like not a good dad, But, like, this is, like, a moment to invoke, that is my daughter.
Yeah.
Which Daphne doesn't know that that's what he said, because she was behind him. But it's nice for us as the viewer to see that Angela's standing up for her.
Yeah. And then Chef Jeff has a little hissy fit and goes, get this lunatic out of my kitchen.
Yeah. Bye, Jeff. Hopefully forever. I don't
know.
think forever. I'm pretty sure he comes up later, guys. But I do think we get a long break from him. So.
Yeah. Back in Texas, Bay and John go back to the car. Zara has fled.
Yeah, she ran off. She left a note. She said, I took the rest of the money.
I took the rest of the money.
It was only like $150.
I got a bus ticket.
Add to my tab.
What a great friend.
I'm just glad to be rid of her.
Yeah, John goes, do you want to go after her? And Bay goes, no, she'll be fine. She'll be good.
Yeah, she gives herself a little satisfied smile, realizing, like, Zara doesn't need me.
Yeah, and she's also incredulous that Emmett is here. She keeps looking at him like,
what the fuck?
How are you here? Why are you here?
And Emmett's like, I'm gonna ride with you. And John looks between them and is like, I can't believe this is becoming not about me anymore. Okay, whatever. And he goes and gets in his car. And Bay says, I can't believe you found me.
And he goes, I will always come find you.
It's like the famous Emmett quote when people talk about this show. They talk about Emmett saying that. And I want to note that they're playing the same song that they played when he revealed the billboard to her for her birthday. It's like, here is a heart. Here is a heart. It's very 2012 twee.
They are also, there's a vibe between them. They almost lean in.
They almost kiss.
And
they're
then,
like, and then John flashes his lights at them. He's like, come on, this is too much for tonight.
Yeah.
And they go and they get in the car. So that's sort of where we leave Bay and Emmett.
Pretty much.
In the finale. He's not going to be in the rest of the episode. But I think that's a really good place to leave their relationship. That's just like, I don't know. I think Emmett thought that his big graffiti grand gesture would work and it didn't. But like, this is a better grand gesture. I care about you.
I drove, 10 hours?
With your dad, who doesn't really sign.
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah. I think it's a good show of support.
Daphne comes home to the Kennish house after Chef Jeff getting whacked in the face.
Daphne comes home and she's upset and...
She goes into Catherine's arms.
Yeah, she goes to Catherine and she just, like, has a full breakdown. And it's a bittersweet moment because Catherine... She's really apologetic because she knows that Catherine got her the job.
Yeah.
And she feels like she's messed everything up. Again, not your fault, sweetie. You were a victim.
Yeah.
And Catherine doesn't say that, but she just says it's okay. But it's really nice because it parallels earlier in the episode when she said, you know, there were so many moments that Daphne was hurting as a child that I couldn't be there for her. And now she's getting her moment. So for her, she's almost smiling as she's holding Daphne. Because it's like all of a sudden she gets this big moment with her to sort of make up for the ones where she wasn't there.
Yeah.
Also, very interesting to note that Daphne goes to Catherine and not Regina.
Yes. Because, Regina was being a nightmare before in the fight.
I know. I just don't feel like Regina is the person Daphne's ever cried into the arms of. In fact, we've never seen that.
No, we haven't.
We've seen her cry to Catherine before, too.
Yeah.
But not now.
Yeah, you're right. Now we're back in trial. The jury...
It's the next day. And Bay is there.
Everyone is there.
Everyone's there. The family's united.
Yes.
It's the day that we hear the verdict.
Yes. The jury finds for both plaintiffs. John, Catherine, and Angela.
Yes.
And then I was like, why are they combined into one trial? But apparently that's a thing people do.
Yeah, I think because they both had the same
They both sue the hospital.
Against the hospital.
Yeah.
So they get different, they're suing for different
yeah.
award settlements, but it's the same case.
So they say, we fine for John, Catherine Kennish, and they award $1 in compensatory damages. $1. All right.
Because a lot of what we saw of the trial was the hospital being like, these are extremely wealthy people. We shouldn't have to give them any money. And I don't disagree, but they should at least have to pay their law bills, right?
I was going to say the lawyer
your
fees.
Legal fees. They should at least have to reimburse that. I'm sure
$1 seems
spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on that.
$1 seems insulting.
Also, I feel like Catherine had just said, like, I'm donating all of my proceeds of my book to a children's hospital. Like, if they gave them that money, they could have donated it.
Right.
It would be good. Anyway, okay, whatever. They get $1. But they award Angelo
$5 million.
$5 million, which also seems low. I guess maybe not for a hospital. I guess most of the time when I pay attention to like settlement amounts or just like money won in a case, it's like big companies.
This is a hospital, so.
But that still seems kind of low.
Yeah.
Whatever. Anyway, for Angelo, that's a life-changing amount of money for
Angelo
sure.
is grinning ear to ear.
Yeah.
Everyone is gagged. And John is like, it's all right. The $1, it's fine. It was never about the money. The hospital was found culpable, and that's all I wanted. Which is true. That's something he said in the very early season.
Yeah.
He was like, I just want them to acknowledge what they did.
Yeah, he said he just wants them to say sorry. So.
Yeah. And then Toby turns to Regina after the decision's made, and he's like, well, congrats. And she goes, what do you mean congrats? I'm not in the lawsuit. And he goes, well, you're married.
Angelo.
And you didn't sign a prenup, I guess. So half that
money's yours.
And Regina's like, oh, I don't have to be in a hair salon again.
I would hope so. I think knowing Regina, she's not going to touch that money for quite some time.
Yeah. And then the very last scene.
Yeah.
It's Bay and Daphne.
Emptied out of the courtroom except for Bay and Daphne. They're sitting, and Bay is wearing like this cream colored cardigan. It's very jarring to see her in such a light color.
Okay.
They're sitting and they're kind of like bonding over. They're both talking about Sal's. I don't know how they get on the subject of Sal's.
Well, Daphne asked Bay, do you think Angelo's going to stick around now that he's flush with cash? And Bay's like, I don't know, but I hope so. And then they started reminiscing about what they did the very last day before they found out about the switch. Mm-hmm. And Daphne's like, I went to Sal's, a pizza place, and I got a pizza with my mom. And Bay's like, the one with the really good garlic knots. And Daphne's like, there's no way you went there. And they're like, oh my God, we frequented the same pizza place. Yeah. And we never knew. What if we were there at the same time and we just had no idea?
Yeah, Bay says, my dad's photo is on the wall.
Yeah.
Of that pizza place. It was really crazy.
Yeah. That was a really sweet combo.
Yeah, it's just like, it's nice to see. It's nice to end the season with Bay and Daphne in a really good place with each other. I think that's the relationship I care about most in the show.
Me too.
And so to see them be so solid is really great. And just that they're like bonding over their shared trauma.
Basically.
And then
a very, very pregnant woman walks into the courtroom. And she goes, hi girls, do you know where this man Angelo is? And Bay and Daphne look at each other and look at this woman, and then they point in his general direction. And then it ends in a freeze frame, and then a fade away.
Yeah, it freezes on the image of them pointing for like a long time.
So odd.
It was a very odd last image to end the season on. But I do think very fitting for a show that often makes very strange choices.
Yeah.
It seemed like they just didn't know how to end the episode, kind of.
Yeah, I do wish it just ended with them talking about Sal's and being like, isn't that so funny that we probably crossed paths so many times and we didn't know?
Yeah, but they gotta set us up with a cliffhanger for season 2, man.
I know.
And it'll be a good one. Pregnant lady looking for Angelo. Exciting stuff.
I think I had some issues, one with the chef job thing for sure, but then also Bay running to New Mexico and that friendship was odd. I was just like, I think I find that both of those storylines are now really character enlightening. It doesn't really help either of them really grow as people. Like Daphne was kind of just back where she started. There's like no honest or emotional consequence with Daphne. She doesn't realize like, one, I was groomed, or...
Well, not yet. We might see that in season 2. I don't really remember.
It's just like swept under the rug, and then the relationship falls apart only due to outside forces.
Mm-hmm. I think that for Daphne, up until this point in the season, other than the hearing aid thing, where she tries to scam the Kenishes out of $5,000, I think this is like the start of her stepping out of that like perfect box that she's been in for so long.
Yes.
Like, I think she's acting out just as much as Bay is.
They're both searching for some sort of connection in a very weird and confusing time in their life.
Yes, exactly. And so kind of I think that the beauty in seeing them together at the end of the episode is the hope that they'll both realize, much like Bay driving away with Zara saying, I didn't say goodbye to Daphne, and realizing, the hope is that they're realizing that the connection they're looking for is right in front of them in each other.
Yeah.
But then I think second to that is also that Daphne's had a lot of character growth this season. It's just growth in the wrong direction.
Sure.
Like, not all growth is positive, right?
Yeah,
like,
I guess...
I think she's had a lot of negative character traits at least come to light through this situation. And so I think that obviously she is a victim in the Jeff situation, but she is also an active participant and like said out loud, has confirmed, like, I know this is stupid and I know this isn't a good decision. And then she draws the comparison between her and Regina, saying like, I thought Regina would understand because my mom makes decisions like this all the time.
My mom also has shitty taste.
So I think there's a layer too there of like acknowledging how much Regina and Daphne are alike in their thinking. And that Daphne is Regina's daughter in that way.
For sure.
And then I think that the Bay stuff is, she's really struggled with feeling like she's in this privileged family and she doesn't belong there.
Really struggling with identity.
And
race.
Really identified with Zara.
Yes.
For a long time and is now realizing that that's not true to her.
It's not true to herself.
No, yeah.
I don't think I really remember what happens later on, but I'm excited to see the personal development of the girl specifically. But then I was also thinking, I really like John's trajectory throughout the whole season.
Me too.
No, I think he's especially growing. He has more of an equal partnership with Catherine. Because at first she was like the stay-at-home mom and he was the breadwinner, and now she's an award-winning bookseller. And he's like, and he makes himself easy at home. And he has a beautiful bond with Travis now. He's learned some sign. And
he's more connected to the deaf community.
And he's really with Bay more, like he did.
I feel like he's really stepped up as a dad
Yeah.
in a lot of ways. He made headways with Toby.
Has Regina grown?
No.
No. So interesting.
She's really just backsliding, like the Angelo stuff. The
Yeah.
It's all sort of bad for Regina.
Yeah.
We do not leave her in a good place. I guess we leave her in a place where she has half of $5 million.
Right.
If she wants it.
She does go from rags to riches, really.
Yeah, but she does also still have a green card marriage that might get her in trouble with a man who's sort of a wild card who definitely just got that girl pregnant.
Yeah.
And assaulted a man. Valid, but he has a criminal record.
Right. Yeah, I don't remember what happens with that.
No, season 2 is such a mystery to me, so I can't wait to find out, guys.
Yeah, I remember season 1 so well, but not season 2, and so on. So this is going to be very exciting to watch and record. And we are going to take a nice long summer break because I am traveling.
Yeah, guys. We'll be back in the fall.
Yeah, we'll be back in the fall. We'll be available through email and Instagram if you want to chat with us.
Yeah, we'll still be posting on Instagram, so you can find us there. And TikTok occasionally.
TikTok, I'm on there sometimes.
All right, guys.
Thank you so much for listening.
Thanks for listening.
And have a great rest of your summer. But if you're in the Southern Hemisphere, have a great rest of your winter.
Oh, so inclusive of you. I love that.
I am. Bye.
Bye.